the more we win, the more we play together, and as a team, it's just tightening up that bond, and it's an amazing thing to have with each other.
It's like we're a family. We're all brothers. We love each other. It's really like we come out here to win, play football. You know, it's a family. Coach Demory, he does everything for us. He's like an older brother to us. Like, we love him. It's a family for him.
Over the past 5-6 years, when it comes to recruiting, we've been able to create $65 million of scholarships, 120 current Division I student athletes playing college football, 13 plus All-Americans, 2 NFL players, and probably in the next 2 to 3 to 4 years, in the next 2 to 4 year window, probably be between 12 to 14 guys that make it to the NFL.
Everybody comes from different backgrounds and everybody's faced adversity. I mean, at the end of the day, we all got what we need. That's our motto, and we stick by that.
Showtime! Showtime! Wartime! Wartime! Showtime! Showtime! Wartime! Wartime! We all we got! We all we need! 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 West Coast, y'all ready? Yeah! West Coast, y'all ready? Hell yeah! All ain't ready? Shit!
You know, show some gifts at any and all times. When that camera's on, you're on. You know, take advantage of it. And, you know, when the workouts are done, you just see about 2, 3, 6 to 8 guys just go around just backflipping and just having fun, showing their fun. And one day we just like, you know, let's just turn on the camera and put the camera on and put it online, and like it just blew up after that. So we just kind of took it into the tournaments, and you know, the rest is history. It's just what we do. We backflip, we have fun, we respect our opponents, but we want to put on the best show. So
we were all like, yo, he just backflip. And then we just went crazy from there. Every tournament, whether we score, we beat a team, we're backflipping. We're trash talking and backflipping. It's just what we do.
I say right foot creep, walking with that heater. Look around, stay low, make sure they don't see you. Catch them bad, walk down, face them with the heater. The devil under your feet, you on your way to see him. Stretch me when I can't sleep, bang on when I see you. Play with me, you can't sleep. We gun into the C-shoe. You won't have no case, we range your shit soon as they face you. You won't have no space, we in your section till we spray you. Show man some, they coming on. Soon as they close the door, we just gon' walk down. They say we did wrong, cause we knocked him out. But he who got caught lacking, tell that that's his fault. If we draw on, guns get let off. And all them clowns, including the spouse. Kept that blick inside my drawers.
It's awesome, because, you know, I really want to help my son, I want to help Brandon, I want to help these boys get to that next level, because I think they can. If they couldn't, I would tell them. I'd be honest with them. There's not a kid on our team that I don't think could play at the next level.
I'm watching Brevin interact, or Demory interact, and then it struck me that, you know, each one of these kids probably has a story. Probably has a story as to why they're on this team, how they're on this team. And then I started thinking, you know what, this is a little bit more than, hey, we're just gonna go play sevens.
Yeah, man, Larry Royal. Man, where do I start? Where do I begin with that one? Larry is a special guy, special kid, special young man. You always want to be around him. He always has something to say. Hilarious kid, great personality. But you see a kid that's opening up more and growing up as a young man from when I first met him, when I first came encounter with Larry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have like an insane come up story or anything like that. You know, my mom, I was fortunate enough to have an amazing mom, the amazing mom that I had. She worked with Sports Hotel to get us where we are today. And, you know, it's really a blessing from God. And so we work hard every day. That's why I work hard every day. You know, so do what I gotta do.
No, I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada.
We moved here. My dad had passed away, and I really just, you know, like my mom being a single parent, I just fell in love with football. They always pushed me to play football. I was always an active kid, but I played a couple different sports. But I really just gravitated towards football. I love the contact. I just love the game itself.
But that kind of big brother, that father figure, almost like an uncle, that go-to source that's here in town, that was the biggest thing with Larry. And you've seen now the relationship grow, our relationship grow. He's probably the most guy I talk to throughout the week. He probably FaceTimes me 2-3 times, you know, a week, just randomly. He'll just call me and then just hang up. Like, Larry's awesome, man. He's a good kid, finding his way. Well, with my recruiting story, it was pretty unique. You know, talking about a kid that was growing up in Indianapolis, Indiana, not known for football, especially at that time. Going through, you know, Indiana's it was very overlooked as far as football talent, as far as football opportunities. It was very limited opportunities, and you just talk about a kid that was just going from camp to camp, you know, spending money, telling his parents, hey, we should try this camp, we should try this showcase. And the opportunities kept presenting itself, and it got better and better for me going into that spring semester and then going into that fall. But being able to start or play as a true freshman was a huge standpoint, even at the FCS level. Played in the toughest conference. You know, Missouri Valley wasn't a joke. You had teams like ourselves, Indiana State. And at one point, we were probably the most losing Division I program in the country. The day I walked in, the coach said, hey, if we don't win this season, one of the first workouts, hey, if we don't win this season, you all probably have to look for another school. So that set the tone. You talk about a kid that's walking in the springtime in January, and that's one of the first conversations you hear in a team environment. That woke up a lot of alarms, like, hey, you're here for a reason, and now I got to rely on these brothers in this short amount of time to get where we need to get to for this opportunity to, you know, last as long as it can to the next thing in life. During that time as well, one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me in my lifetime, actually probably the greatest thing in my lifetime, my daughter was born. She was born going into my senior year. My parents, they moved already out to the West Coast. So you talk about a single father, you know, graduating college, now you're trying to figure out life. And nothing, you know, ever stopped. So I hopped on a great opportunity with Sports Talk Radio out here in Arizona. You know, I always had a very close family friend and that lived in Dallas, Texas. And you all know him as Eno Benjamin. We all know him as Eno Benjamin. I've been knowing him since about 15 years old, and he was, you know, telling me about this organization he was part of called True Buzz. And I'm like, what is True Buzz? Like, what do they do for you? And he was just like, well, you know, they help with exposure, put you on the right path. And it's not just me, it's plenty other, you know, top prospects out of Texas. He got me in contact with the head director, the head founder in DeMarcus Brooks. And the rest was history. I hopped on the plane the next day, stayed in Dallas, Texas for a week, got engaged with the whole group, with the whole team and family. Was transitioning and moving kind of city to city with the radio stuff. So I actually playing base in Dallas, Texas for a little bit, as well as Chicago, Illinois, and I was back and forth for about a year. And I'm learning the game and learning the whole concept of True Buzz, and I wanted to bring that out here. I wanted to bring the whole True Buzz, the culture, the whole concept, not only just for kids in Arizona, but kids in the West Coast, kids throughout the country. So last year, we got it launched, we got it going, and it was pretty much chaotic. Out of the 20 kids we had in year one, I would say about 6 of them are playing Division I football next season, and we have about 3 guys going Division II. 2 boys going NAIA, just all in the first year of the 2021 class.
Let's have some fun today, man. Let's get to work. We got 1 week, bro. It get real Friday. When we hit the town, bro, we go to Dallas, going back home, man. So enjoy it. Let's get this work. Let's go.
Right up into that. You can't never take a killing back. Whole heart was in the streets. I had to leave and get my feelings back. Same spot they shot my brother. Next day I'm chilling at. I ain't lying, they was winning till we started spinning back. But anyway, said enough of that. Let's talk about this paper. Let's talk about them Jets. Yeah, let's talk about Jamaica. Ask about me. I ain't never been a fraud. I went hard from the start. In my city, I'm a god, motherfucker. If you know, you know. Never been no phony though. Rollies for my Brody though. Barely know Joe Rodeo. Heard they looking for me. I'm like, oh, I'm on the way. Buying money, know I'm straight. I spent the 130K out the gate. They like, swerve, stay safe. I'm like, man, y'all late. Yelling free me. I'm like, I've been in the crib all day. I'm in Cali thinking how I come from busy hallways. Long as I never go back, I'm that always. And you know that. They're having these M's, but they taught me not to show that. Before that, like a throwback. As soon as this go left, I'ma throw back. And I could've bought the Rolls last year, but instead I bought a full flat. That's no bat. Pro Chicago, I'm pro-rap. Motivation for the trenches, cause I'm pro-black.
Getting a lot lazy lately. You know what I mean? Excuses. Oh, I can't come. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't make it. We forgetting what got us there. Now we got a lot of Hollywood movies. Everybody getting stars. Everybody getting profiles now. Everybody getting shout out on Twitter. Offer. Hey, congratulations too. Give it up. We're supporting each other. We're gonna push each other, and it's growing the network. Once he get in the door with somewhere, guess what? He gonna drop y'all names. Hey, you should look at this dude, this guy too. That's how we work. It's a family. It's a fraternity, right? But like I was saying, man, like we gotta continue to remember what got us there. You know, we've been in this gym. We've been working out here. We've been hitting the field up. When we first started, everybody was showing up. Now it's, oh, I got this, I got that. Let's just finish this. This will probably be our last tournament, man. But this is the biggest one yet. This Dallas, Texas, man. This is the mecca of football. You know, this is the homecoming, man. That's where all this stuff started, man. All this True Buzz stuff, this is where it started. So it's gonna be a lot of tension on us. We can't forget that. We can't go down there feeling ourselves, man. We gotta cut that out. So that's why we picked up the work today. We're gonna hit the field for a little bit, just to get the ball in the air. Talk about some of the stuff that we're gonna be doing in Dallas, and for these new guys to get them in the right positions and to get some good work in. All right. Buzz gang on 3, West Coast on 6. 1, 2, 3. Buzz gang 4, 5, 6. West Coast. Let's go. Water.
Yeah, the word demise. Talking about. And when they swing that way to the right, you swing to the left, you heard?
Bobby,
Woo! I ain't been broke in a minute. Don't get it fitted. Toe off the bow in a Bentley. Yo, in the kidney. The city. I do not dance or jiggy. Gun is sucked under this finny. I like it, I spin it. I just came right out the jewelry, the ice on my neck and my wrist and my fist. I ain't finished. I was just working at Dennis. Came back and counted some millions. I ain't no regular civilian. Red, yellow, green. Look like my neck a chameleon. Okay, spin it. I ain't been broke in a minute. I hate it. Offended. I'm a Da Vinci offended. Then let me finish. I cracked that Chevy for 40. My scammer busting bottles off the OA. I cannot cuss you. No more bros. I'm just treated like a throwaway. I ain't been broke in a minute. I'm at the mall out in business. I need a swipe in a digit. Calling up chaos. He did 250 on biddy. It ain't no biggie. Montclair kicky. That little ain't a viddy. She wanna leak it. She wanna send it. Ayy. That my face wasn't in it. Damn, do scams all beat it. Bands in my hand look pretty. Hit another band on the gram, I'm litty. When I was broke, man, she fronted, but then I got rich and I hit it. Homie, I don't dance, I jiggy. So strong, I feel like I'm Popeye off the spinach. I cut the corner and bend it. I'm a menace like Dennis. Don't tell me I need a percentage. If you gon' me, the is expensive. Nordstrom rack, swipe my gift. I ain't been broke in a minute. Ay. I ain't been broke in a minute.
Oh yeah, sit his ass down, Bree. Get in the weight room, baby. Weight room.
What do you call it? White chocolate. White chocolate. I love it. White chocolate. Yeah, like an Oreo. Yeah, Oreo. Yeah. Like a s'more. You know what I mean? Like a marshmallow in the graham crackers. Like vanilla Oreo.
Yeah, you know, like the outside of them are like burnt a little bit. The inside's plain white. That's me.
Yeah. It looks like you got it on a beater right now.
Oh God.
I do just cover the nipples. I do.
Hey, y'all. Let's go. Let's get out of here. True Buzz on 3. West Coast on 6. 1, 2, 3. True Buzz. 4, 5, 6. West Coast. Let's go.
We got what 2 or 3 more tournaments left, and then it's on to spring ball at the high school level, and these boys might not be able to play next year in sevens. But the relationships that we're building now and the fun we've had and the laughs, and we give each other a hard time, and I think that's all part of it, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
You got to be able to give each other a hard time a little bit, and we all grow from this. One of the things that Rob's always said, and I agree with him 100%, he's been coaching for 28 years. You learn something every day. The minute you think you've learned it all is the minute that you're going backwards.
You're done.
Kids.
When you go back home somewhere, I don't know how everybody else feels, but I know it's a ton of weight on my shoulders because I want to go show out for him because what he's done for my kid and what he's done for Brandon, and me being able to coach and have bring Scott on, and because Scott loves coaching and he hasn't been able to coach for a while, so the opportunities that he's given me, I want to pay him back here, and going back to Dallas and going back and being a part of that organization, and what I would love to do is go out and win that thing, man. Just go out and win it. I don't care I don't care what our record is. I just want to hold that trophy at the end, and for him, not for me. Every kid has a why. We got to find it, and every kid's got to find it, and that's what they have to do every day. Because seeing what these two do and what these other kids do, the work they put in to try to get to that next level, nobody sees. Nobody gets to see it, but that they all have their why. It's been an eye-opener, to say the least. And we talk about all the time is be happy for every kid, because some kids, especially in our organization, their home life's not the greatest, or they have something rough in their life, but if they get a chance to get a free education and use football, because if they learn how to use the game and not let the game use them, that's what this is all about, man.
One of the things I love about Demory is his heart's in the right spot. He's doing this for all the right reasons. He's trying to help every one of these young men. And I know what it's like to put yourself out there like that for young men.
Different backgrounds and things that they go through, and be able to talk through that with them. Some of our players, they remind me of myself when I was in high school. And for me to be able to mentor them and let them understand that, hey, you're on a good path, but there's a path that you could go that is not going to work out so well for you. That's what I live for. This is why I do it.
Well, I'm excited. I want to go compete, of course, and I want to go show that West Coast is something that shouldn't be frowned upon or taken as a joke. That we can compete with all these Dallas kids, Florida kids, all these other kids. I'm just excited. Hopefully that we can compete to our full potential.
And when I wake up, I recognize you looking at me for the pay cut. Bahamas, I be looking at you from the face down. One Mac 11, even boom with the bass down. Scheming, and let me tell you about my life. Painkillers only put me in the twilight. But pretty Benjamin is the highlight. I tell my mama I love her, but this what I like. Lord knows, 20 of them in my Chevy. Tell them all to come and get me, reaping everything I sow. So my karma come in heaven, no preliminary hearings on my record. I'm a gangster in silence for the record. Tell the world I knew it's too late. Boys and girls, I think I've gone crazy. Trying to side my face.